So we've had a lot of people ask, how do we set up for a campsite? So today we're gonna show start to finish how we set up at a campsite. You got two different kinds of sites when you're parking an RV. You've got a pull through and then you've got a back end. Now this is a pull through. Now the advantage of a pull through site over say a back end site is a back end's a little bit trickier to get into than a pull through. And also a pull through, if you get a level pull through, a lot of times if you're just coming in for the night, you don't even have to unhook your vehicle from your trailer, which will save you time if you're just coming in, want a quick overnight stay, and then leave the next day. So the first thing I do before I even pull into a site is I look at the site, I see where the water's at, I see where the electric's at, I see where the sewer's at, because sometimes you go to state parks and some places, you might even have a weird setup where like the water's way back in the back or the water's on the other side, or you never know where stuff's gonna be. And so after I've kind of scoped everything out and looked at where everything's located, it's just really easy on this side. Everything's right together in one spot. The water, here's your electric, and then here's the sewer. You wanna make sure those three things, which are what you have with full hookups, are close to your three hookups you have on your RV. So here's the electric for our RV, and this is pretty standard. Most of your electric, water, and sewer on the same side, on the driver's side. So here's our electric, our water, and then there's our sewer. And so after I've kind of looked and made sure that all the hookups are where they need to be, I go ahead and check to see if the RV is level or not. Level side to side anyways. You can get levelers like this to put on your trailer to see if it's level or not. You can even get a level for your iPhone if you want to. We also have a 4-foot level that sometimes we'll use inside the RV. So I've checked, we're level side to side, so I don't have to do anything else. But if we weren't level side to side, these are what we use. These are Anderson levelers. You put these under each tire on the side of the RV that needs to come up, and then you basically roll. So I have two of these, one on each tire for each axle, and then I will pull up the RV, and you can get an extra, I don't know, at least 4 inches in height on this side if you need to. We also have a scotch that we'll use. I'll go around the other side and use the scotch on that side if I need to. I used to have two of these until I crushed one, so I still need to buy another one of these. So I'll scotch it with this one, and I'll scotch it with this other one that actually goes with the Anderson leveler, but I'll scotch each side tire so that it won't move. This is a really level side, it's not gonna move anywhere. Next is removing the tongue from the hitch on the van, but before I do that, I've got to undo the stabilizer bar, and then I can take that step. And so this is an equalizer stabilizer bar, and this goes underneath here. So I take this other piece of the jack, I put it under here. Almost forgot something. I also have 4 of these. I actually bought these for our motorhome, so they're crazy sturdy. You can buy, if you have a travel trailer, you don't need something this heavy duty. These are good mainly for 2 reasons. One, if you're on sand or something super soft, they'll help with your stabilizer jacks or this front jack, sort of keep it from slowly sinking down over time while you're staying where you're staying. Or a lot of places really appreciate it. I'm gonna at least do it on this front jack because it's gonna have some weight on it. They appreciate you using these underneath, like if you got a motorhome with stabilizers. I've seen, especially diesel motorhomes, they actually push into the concrete. It can crack or break through on the concrete. So something like this will keep you from damaging concrete. A lot of places when you come in, they will make you use something like this. So it's good to have something like this around. I've got 4 of these, so I'll use 3 of these on the other stabilizers, then one stabilizer won't have it. But there's not gonna be enough weight on my stabilizers to make any difference on the concrete, with a travel trailer at least. So the trick with the equalizer 4-point sway control bar here we've got is to get the weight off of this so that I can just pop that pin and slide that out. Because right now, which is the way it's supposed to work, you've got this weight on this. So this is really in there. Now they make a little bar where you can sort of pry this off and stuff. But the trick is to do this. You go ahead and get the jack down, get it kind of going. I'm gonna lift up while it's still attached here on the tongue. I'm gonna lift up until I start seeing that bar start to move just a little bit. There we go, you see it moving? That tells me that the weight's off of it. So then I pull this out. Pull it out. Other side, pop this out, take this off, pull this out. So I'm gonna lower this back down until the jack starts coming up. There we go, that tells me all the weight is off the jack. Now I'm gonna detach this, come up, off of the van. We've already got it scotched. Unhook electric, unhook the chains. Once I get everything detached, I'm gonna move the van up. I'm also gonna go ahead and hook up the water and electric. We do have a surge protector, so this was off, and then I've plugged in first, and then flipped that on. And then I'm also looking for this to have 3 green lights, which you really can't see right now, but they're all green. And then I also move my sway bar from here to underneath the Airstream right here. Move the van up because it's easier to sway these doors open, and then I get to the hose, electrical, all that I need in the van, and start hooking everything up. On the sewer hose, depending on what the slope is, we do also have the little plastic slopey things you can get at Walmart or just about anywhere that kind of slope the hose down if you need it. We're not going to need it here. It's going to be sloped okay. I don't get it out a lot, to be honest. I mean, I probably get it out less than 5 times a year. Not much at all. But it's still nice to have. When you need it, it really helps to have it, or you're having to look around for like pieces of wood and rock and slope your whole hose down so that it has a downward slope. This is the nasty part, but it's a part of RV living. Next, I'm going to check and see if the RV is level front to back. Again, I can do that with a level. Once I've got it level front to back, then I put down the 4 stabilizer jacks. Yes, I know I could use a power drill for this. I actually like the manual side of putting these jacks down by hand. Not really a right or wrong, just a preference thing. And now it depends on location. Like if it's really sandy, really dirty, really dusty. Basically, if the outside of our RV is not a clean area, we want to keep a lot of dirt, dust, and residue from coming inside the Airstream. We will actually put an outdoor mat out here under where the awning would go. I've got a 4x8 mat that goes out here. I don't know if you can see it or not. But it's right back here. I'll put that mat down. We've also got this to wipe our feet. I'm not really sold on this thing yet, but I've got it. And then I'll also put out this table if we need it. It's a lifetime table. I think I've seen that at Walmart, Target, Sam's, just about anywhere. And it just folds out, and it's a little table for us to eat on, put things on, Hensley to play on. Tons of uses for this table that folds out. We've already got a picnic table. The area is pretty clean, so we're not gonna mess with the mat, the foot cleaner, the extra table, any of that, because we've already got what we need. Pretty hot and sunny. There's not a lot of wind, so I am gonna put the awning out. Is it more work than our motorhome to put the awning out? Absolutely. We just pushed a button in our motorhome and a lot of RVs, and the awning just mechanically comes out. Much like the stabilizers, there's something about manually putting the awning out I kind of like. Now there are days where it's super windy, super rainy, I've got to come out here and I'm putting it up, or I need somebody to help me and hold one side while I'm doing the other. On those days, I'm not as crazy about the manual awning. For the most part though, I just really like the way it works. And also tilt the awning from one side to the other easily doing this if you've got a lot of rain, and that will cause the rain to come off. But typically if it's raining, that means it's windy, so I don't have the awning out a whole lot when it's raining. And then the last 3 things we need to set up are the steps for the Airstream, our 3 chairs, and then the grill. We've had a Class A motorhome as well, and I'd say the setup time's pretty similar on the 2. There is more manual labor involved with this one than the motorhome. Motorhome, you know, it had an automatic awning, which I know Marissa liked. It had automatic steps, which I didn't like because they broke one time. It had automatic hydraulic levelers, which was nice because if you pull up somewhere and it's raining or the weather's bad, you just push a button. But those didn't always work right. We had 3 mechanical slides we had to slide out every time.
I think I can tell a big difference in you and your stress level.
Oh.
I think he could, with everything mechanical, he would kind of hold his breath every time he would.
Something else too with setting up, we do always try, when we do like a full setup like this, we try to always set up in the daylight. We try to not show up anywhere in the dark. I mean, for multiple reasons. One is because it can be hard to get into your site. You could be a distraction or disturbance for people around you. We got a diesel engine, we got all kinds of cranking and everything else going on out there. So I mean, that's something else too. We personally, now we'll do a stop through at like a Walmart or something where we're not doing a full setup, but full setups, we try to get there in the daylight. If we can. It doesn't always happen, but we try. Hensley wants us to come play with her on the playground, so we're gonna hang out with her and we will catch you guys later. Hensley, is that your pirate ship?
Hold on.
Hold on, Hensley, you're not holding on. Mommy's a crazy driver.
Is this why you don't let me drive the Airstream?
That's exactly why I don't let you drive.
That's the castle.
The steering wheel.
You're driving the ship.
You're driving the boat.